I got to ask you about some other Western Conference teams, obviously.
Okay.
The California teams have been talked about, obviously, now with this deal with DeRozan and everything like that. So who kind of give me your rankings of these the four California teams? Like, who do you think is the best now, and who do you think is the worst?
Ooh, all right. I'll go 4-1 just to build
4-1. Okay, 4-1. I like
Listen,
that.
the worst by far is the Warriors. I'm sorry. I think they made horrible decisions along the way here.
Okay.
Going back to last offseason, I thought re-signing Draymond was a huge mistake and the beginning of the end of the dynasty. I thought you should have let Draymond walk, and you should have figured something out with Clay, because Clay can still catch and shoot.
Yeah.
Where Clay's not giving you anything anymore, and not that he ever was the most dynamic scorer you've ever seen, but he's not going to put the ball on the floor and go to the cup anymore. He certainly is not the defender he once was.
No.
But he could still catch and shoot. And I even thought
Allegedly.
them having Clay come off the bench made a lot of sense. So I thought Clay had a longer runway there in Golden State than Draymond did. I thought it was a mistake re-signing Draymond. I think you should have let Draymond hit the open market, go let some loser franchise like the Pistons or Wizards or somebody pay him, and then go see how much he actually stinks. Mm-hmm. And then you can rebuild an interior of a team a little bit easier. But instead, they paid Draymond.
Yeah.
Don't get it. And you let Clay walk. I think that's a mistake. And then remember, they bought in old, slow Cliff Paul. That was a mistake, too. So I think the Warriors are going nowhere fast. I think now, in a way, Steph Curry's kind of like LeBron at the end of a career, just selling tickets. Come see him play, but his team sucks. So I got the Warriors dead last. Then I'll go Clippers 3. I do think there's some momentum around them, having a new arena. Paul George is a great get for the 76ers.
Yeah.
But it's not some catastrophic loss for the Clippers, I don't think. What you need is Kawhi Leonard to just care. Can you pretend to care?
Yeah.
Which he probably won't. But I do like the Clippers there. I like their coach. I like some of the roster. I think they'll be relevant. 2, I'm going to go Lakers. I just think, they're kind of running it back. I mean, you're the Lakers. You were the 7 seed last year in the playoffs. You could not beat those dynamic teams I was talking about to begin this fine program, like the Thunder or the Nuggets or the Magic or the Mavericks. You couldn't beat any of those teams. You're still not going to beat those teams. You're just not. But you are running it back, and you were a playoff team, and they'll be a playoff team again. And we'll see about J.J. Redick. I doubt that moves the needle.
Yep.
But I do think they're relevant. And you do have LeBron at the end of his career. Now you have Bronny. I mean, did you see how ESPN was just absolutely drooling all over this Bronny kid? I mean, anytime that's the whole reason I watched the damn Summer League, is because I kept getting all these alerts. Bronny James about to make his Summer League debut. Then I'm watching it. How about this? I get an alert. Bronny James takes the floor for the first time in his Summer League debut. I'm like, yeah, no Shaq, Sherlock. I'm watching. Bronny James has 4 points. I know! So, clearly, that's going to get all the shows, all the geniuses on that channel. They're going to be talking Bronny 24/7. So the Lakers are relevant, which is all they have going for them right now, because they ain't winning a damn thing. And then number 1, I'm going to Kings. I told you. And in fact, I'd like to rescind my comments. I trust the Kings' big 3 more than I do the Pelicans, honestly, Ante. And I love what the Pellies did. But, I mean, with the Pelicans, Brandon Ingram gets hurt. Zion, who the hell knows what you're getting there. I mean, Fox, Sabonis, DeRozan, they're available. They're professionals. I don't get nonsense with them. I get consistency with all 3 of them, although I want more from De'Aaron Fox. But I do at least get a consistent baseline from him, Sabonis, and DeRozan. I think I like the Kings, man. I think out of the Cali teams, for my money, I'd bet on the Kings to be the top of that heap.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 4-1 just like you. All right. So I'm gonna start out with the city's best team and the second best team, like you said earlier in the show, in the NBA history, the Lakers.
Wow, and 4?
They're the worst team in California.
What?
This team didn't get better. That's just the honest truth. They have the exact same roster from last year.
Yeah.
They were, pretty bad besides the last stretch of the season.
Right.
New head coach, which I think is going to take time for them to figure out.
Yeah.
Bron and AD are probably going to be tired to start the season because they're playing with USA this summer.
Right.
I think that this team really just it's kind of a disappointment. Like you see it on Twitter, just people being like, "Oh, we're getting LeBron is gonna get DeRozan and Paul George is coming and Clay is coming," and nobody wanted to come. And I think it's because this team is on their way down, and everybody sees it. They didn't get younger; they got older because they didn't get anybody else new.
Right.
We still don't know what's happening with that D'Lo situation.
Yep.
LeBron and AD clearly kind of don't want him to be there anymore. So the point guard situation, how old they're getting, their defense, it's all worrisome. So I'm putting them at the 4th spot. 3, I'm going with the other team from Los Angeles and the Los Angeles Clippers.
Okay.
I think you had them at 3 as well.
Yeah, I did.
And it's really just because of a lot of the same things that you said. But I do think losing Paul George for them was a huge loss, just because he happened to be their most consistent player throughout the season last year, the guy who was the most healthy, played the best basketball at the times that they needed them to play. When other guys didn't show up, for the most part, he was always there. Now, we know all 4 of those guys are inconsistent: Westbrook, Harden, Kawhi, and himself. But he was the most consistent in that play. So I think them losing him, obviously them trying to find a new partner for Westbrook as well, which they don't want him to be there in LA. So I think their team is also on the way down. Then I will go the Warriors. I understand losing Clay was kind of a big deal, but they went and got one of the best shooters in the current NBA with Buddy Hield. That was a huge get for them. Donkey teeth, as you like, or what do you call them? Dolphin teeth. Dolphin teeth, as you like to call them. And then DeAnthony Melton, who, if healthy, can be a huge part of this team. I think it's going to be a huge year for Kuminga, obviously, to kind of show his development. And hopefully Steve Kerr is ready to finally play some young guys. So I think they'll be in the 2nd spot. And then I agree with you. The Kings are the best team in California.
I like what the Kings are doing. By the way, I saw someone tweet that apples get nervous when Buddy Hield walks into the grocery store. You know them teeth.
Oh my God!
Mow down some apples.
That is too funny.
You put Buddy Hield in an apple farm, it is on and popping.
Oh man, that is too funny.
Or I wouldn't mind seeing him with corn on the cob. I feel like he's probably a monster with corn.
He probably eats the whole cob. He's the only person who could bite through it. Oh my God.
Oh man, I gotta tell you. Listen, I'm no Denzel, so I love making fun of people because I can make fun of my damn self too.